All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Sherri Kirklin with Legacy Max, and this is our Saturday coffee call. I want to welcome everybody to the call or webinar today. We changed things up a little bit. Normally, you call into our conference line number and hear from either Steve Price or Norm Daniels, and today we had a little change of plans at the last minute, and I'm going to do somewhat of a show and tell today. Couple things. I'm going to take you on a little tour of our new Legacy Max support system, which we just launched on Monday. It's going to help us really support you guys in a better fashion. It's going to accommodate our fast growth that we're having right now and enable us to be much more efficient in answering your questions. Let's see, I'm going to turn somebody on here. I'm going to turn Lewis on. Lewis, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. I'm going to leave you turned on, Lewis, so you can give me a little feedback along the way.
Sure.
Thank you. Lewis Muse is here today. He's one of our top leaders up in Nova Scotia, and you might have heard Lewis's voice on our Tuesday and Thursday calls. So thank you, Lewis, for being my sidekick today, and appreciate any feedback you have along the way. So let's get started. As I mentioned, we have launched LegacyMaxSupport.com, and we would appreciate if you get the word out to your team that this is the new home for our support system. And when you land on the website, you'll be presented with this page right here. And let's see. Lewis, can you maybe turn your mic down just a little bit? We're getting a little, I don't know if the feedback's from you or from me. Let me turn mine down a little bit too. Okay, we'll try that. All right, so when you land on this page, we have a welcome message, and you might want to read this from time to time. We update it with pertinent information. We get questions like somebody asks, what are our official support desk hours, which they are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Pacific time. But we have very dedicated staff, especially Marie, who some of you have probably talked with. She often answers tickets all hours of the day and night. We appreciate her so much. But anyway, we're going to be adding a FAQ section pretty soon. As we move along, we get the same question over and over from people, so we'll be adding some of those in here. And you are able to submit a ticket without creating a username and password. But if you'd like to create a username and password for the Legacy Max support system, you can. And that just will enable you to log in and view your tickets real time and see the response. It also allows you to reopen a closed ticket. So in the previous system that we used, we had to close the ticket in order for you to receive the response from the system. But now you can simply submit a new reply once you're logged in, and that'll reopen the ticket if you need to do that. And just a friendly reminder that we do not publish a support phone number. In today's world, a lot of people use cell phones, and calls get dropped, and sometimes you can't hear, and it's really hard to get anything accomplished by phone. We also are a global company, so oftentimes there's perhaps a language barrier that it keeps us from being productive. So not that we can't call you back, but we ask that you submit your ticket with as much information as possible. Give us a chance to look at that, research it, and get back to you. And if we need to call you, we certainly can. We also have a Skype account. It's LegacyMax.support on Skype for those of you who are used to using Skype. However, if you contact us on Skype, the first thing that we're going to ask you is for your ticket number. So all tickets need to start going through our support system. And we appreciate your cooperation with that. It's going to help us give you much quicker, faster support. And like I mentioned, we're growing really fast right now, so this is great. So let me close this back up. Down here below is our FAQ page, which is sort of empty right now, but we're going to be adding stuff there over time. So just be sure to check that. Maybe your question will be answered there first. There's also a search box right here. So if we had, stuff populated in the FAQ section, you could search for a keyword or something like, maybe your question was about Optimotor. You could type in the word Optimotor right here in this search box and see all of the questions related to that. All right, so if you wanted to submit a ticket, you simply click this blue link that's right up here at the top right of the page, just to the left of the sign-in button. And the sign-in button is where you would go if you wanted to create a username and password. So let me show you submit a request first. So you would type in your email address right here, your best email address, your best email address, or even it would be best if you use the email address that you have inside your Legacy Max account number. Also, we would like for you to, and it's mandatory that you provide your Legacy Max ID number, and we tell you that you can get that from your Legacy Max back office under your account and profile. So let me just pop over here to, this is an old account of mine, but if I click on Account, Profile, you will see your number right here. Okay, so let me go back out of that, go back home. Okay, so get your account number and pop back over here. Put your account number in there. We've also got a little piece of information here that says, if you're unable to log into your account and get your account number, just use the number 99999 for your ticket. And that will allow you to submit a ticket, and perhaps your question is, I need help logging into my account. So hopefully you'll see that. We have departments. Choose the department that best fits your issue. These are the departments that our issues typically fit into. We may add a few others, but if yours doesn't fit in one of these, just choose other. Okay? Then type a subject line and your description. And if I have right here, please give us as much information as possible, including account numbers. If you haven't listed that up here, or if your issue is regarding someone on your team, give us their account number if you know it. And then if you need to attach files, to show us screenshots or anything, you can do that here. And then you just submit your ticket. Now, the ticketing system is really neat because inside the system, we respond to you from the system. You receive an email with our response. You can just reply right back to that email, and it all gets stored right in the ticket system. So, any questions on that, Louis?
No, it's quite simple actually. I've used it several times the last week or so here, and it works fine.
All right, super.
The only thing I would suggest, because I know some people are not getting emails, and I'm getting calls saying, well, how come I'm not getting any emails from Legacy Max or myself? And if you have, like here, I know in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, if you have like a simpatico.ns.ca or an Eastlink account, and you may, best thing to do is set up a Gmail account. That way you're not, you will get all your emails. I've been using Gmail now for I don't know how many years. But then before I realized that I wasn't getting some of the emails. So if you're using the support system, make sure that you have set up a Gmail account. Very easy to do. There's no charge for it. So.
That's a very good suggestion, and you're absolutely right. There's so many internet service providers that they simply block the emails, and a lot of people just don't get them. So what Lewis suggested is absolutely correct, and you just go to gmail.com and just create a username and password, and you'll have a new Gmail account. I've been using Gmail for years, and it has the very best deliverability rate. And then the other thing is to whitelist support at legacymax.com. And what that simply means is to add them as a contact, and that'll be even more protection to make sure that you get the emails. If you don't know what whitelist means, just Google it. Lots of information about how to whitelist an email. So thank you, Lewis. That's awesome. Appreciate that. All right. So enough about support, other than just showing you here, if you click the sign in button, you can actually create right here using this link that I've highlighted in blue. You can create a username and password for your support account. Now this will be a totally different account from your legacymax.biz account. So be sure that you write down your username and password. Okay. So that's the first thing I wanted to accomplish today. The second thing is I wanted to take you on a little show and tell tour of some of our marketing material that we have available to you. And let me go back over here. In this email, I know that if you're on the webinar today, you received this email last night with the details of the call. And if you scroll down in this email, you'll see some of our new websites that we've added, including legacymaxsupport.com. Please check out these sites when you have time, and there's a lot of information available to you. And we also have coming soon. Any email that you get from corporate should have these links at the bottom of the email, so they're always there for you. So let's jump over to Legacy Max Team first of all. I want to just show you, oops, wrong one. I want to show you what's here and available to you. This is our Legacy Max Team site. A couple things on here. We've got our calendar, and some people have hit this page and they're like, I can't get anything to pop up. Well, notice right here, watch my cursor circling. There's a little button that says click here, and it's kind of small, and some people miss that the first time. So all of these little sections have a click here button. So that's how you get deeper into the site and find that information. So our archived conference calls, you can click here. Let me show you that. If you were on our recent Saturday coffee calls where we had Wim de Witt in talking about Optimotor, that call is here and posted. Our recent call where we had Jim Lynch, the manufacturer of green fuel tabs, that's been uploaded. So if you want to come back and replay those, they're here for you. All right, so lots of good information here. Let me hit my back browser button and take you to our marketing tools section, which is on the left-hand side right here in the middle. I'm going to hit the click here button. If you've heard us talk about our $100 drop cards, this is what they look like. On one side, they kind of mimic a $100 bill from the USA, and then on the other side, they have a little picture and some verbiage and a phone number, which I'm going to explain this phone number in just a minute. These are awesome. I love these. It's been, gosh, a month or so ago, I had taken my daughter shopping at the mall for a swimsuit, and I was called in to the Saturday call and listening, and I told Steve and Norm, I think were on that day, and I said, my goal today is to drop $10,000. So I had a stack of these $100 drop cards, and what you do is you fold them. Notice on the left there's sort of a line right down the middle. You can fold these cards in half with this information on the inside and literally just drop them. I actually fold mine in 4. I do 2 folds, so it's kind of skinny. it makes this inside information really hidden. Somebody has to kind of do a lot of work to open it up. But I dropped these cards in the stores that we were walking around, and I would kind of stand back and I would see people pick them up. And so what they do when they pick this up is they can call this phone number right here. And I'm going to come back to this page, but so much of our marketing material is based around this phone number, so I'm going to stop and explain that first. We have a website called LegacyMaxSizzle.com. These are two services that are available to you. I want you to write this number down real quick. This is our corporate Sizzle call number. Just go ahead and grab a pen and write this phone number down. If you haven't heard our Sizzle call, you can call this number 301-232-0399, and you can hear our 2-minute recorded message. Now, if you call this number, please go ahead and just leave your name and say, I'm, John Doe, and I'm already with Legacy Max. That way, when we receive the call, we won't call you back. We just know that you're calling to listen to the message, okay? But what happens is someone calls this number, they hear a 2-minute recorded message that was done by Norm Daniels. It's really fabulous. If you haven't heard it, listen to it. And what it instructs people to do is to leave their name and number. Now, keep in mind, people are not going to leave their name and number if they're not interested. So I don't know if you've ever done cold calling, but I hate cold calling. I hate to get a no. It just, I haven't gotten to that point where, a no doesn't bother me. It bothers me. So with this number, you're only getting people who are interested in talking to you. So it pre-screens them. And you can have your own personal phone number for about $10 a month. Their Voice Nation is $10 a month. iTeleCenter has some options, but it's really cool because they give you an 800 number, which is good in the USA and Canada. So just to show you, if you click on Learn More under iTeleCenter and scroll to the very bottom, you'll see the plans that are available to you. So plans as low as $9.95 a month, okay? Now, I'll tell you, the people who are rocking and rolling in Legacy Max are using one of these Sizzle numbers. It's great. So now that I've explained the Sizzle number, let me pop back over to the drop cards. So that's where this number comes from. The other thing that you can do if you want to work with your team, you guys can, as a leader, you can have these cards and share them with your team, and just have your team with a pen write in their Legacy Max ID number right here at the bottom below the hundreds right here. And you could have your team distributing these all over the country, and then when they call and leave a message, you as the leader can talk to the prospect, but then place them under the member who actually dropped the card, because you can ask the person, is there a number written on your card below the phone number? So just an idea if you want to work as a team with this. Okay. The drop cards we also have some business cards available to you. This one here, which is...
Sherri, can I add, Louis, can I add something about the Sizzle call numbers?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
The Sizzle call numbers are U.S. numbers only. There's no numbers available for Canada.
Gotcha.
So if you live, Nova Scotia or Ontario, and you're using these cards, you have to get a U.S. number. Now, here's what I've done to get around it, because most people, if you have a cell phone in Canada, you don't want to be dialing, the U.S. Most people in Canada do not have a U.S. long distance plan. So people will look at the number and say, I don't, oh, it's a U.S. number, out of wherever, Arizona, and they won't dial it. So what I did is I used, I had a magic jack, which you can get like a number out of your own province. So like what I have is a 902 number. So when I use my sizzle cards, drop cards, it has a 902 number. It's a Nova Scotia number. And all I do is I forward the call to my sizzle call in the U.S. Works well. And a Magic Jack is about $20 a year. You can also use it to make long distance calls, Canada and the U.S.
Great.
And it's about $60, I think, to set up, and I think in Canada it's $20 or $30 a year for a Canadian number.
Okay, great. I'm going to actually put that in some of our FAQ information, so thank you for that. Awesome. Okay, so we have the $100 drop cards. Let me scroll down a bit. This is the one that I really love right here. And where I've used this is locally. Number one, I hand them to people, that I meet in public. But number two, there's a lot of local businesses that will allow people to leave little stacks of business cards. And so I leave these around. One of the places here locally where we eat barbecue, they have a shelf, and they allow people to put their business cards out. So I drop a stack of those there. But these are great. They give a little bit of information, and again, they encourage people just to call the number. And I like this because it says 2-minute info line. Anytime I put my number online or in marketing material, I always show that it's a recorded message, because people don't want to talk to somebody who's going to try to sell them something, but they'll call a number to listen to a recording. And we have a Canadian version that's based on liters instead of gallons. So if you're in Canada, or really any other country that uses the metric system, I know the USA is we use the antiquated system. Everybody else is on liters, but there you go. You have those two choices. These work great. Love these little cards. All right, let me show you what else is available to you in terms of marketing material. I think we're kind of done with this side. I'm going to go ahead and close this, and close this, and close this, and close this. All right, I'm going to talk about the USA Today Co-op in a minute, but in your back office, you have a shopping cart. So when you log in, you'll see this screen right here. Just click on the shopping cart, which is going to take you to this screen. And there's a lot of stuff listed here. I want to point something out as well. When you pull this drop-down list down, a lot of people, let me see if this works. A lot of people try to double-click. It does work. Okay, let me get back out of here. We've had some support ticket issues where people can't get these things to pop up. If you scroll to the very bottom of this list, there's marketing tools. Click on that, and we have brochures available, packets of brochures, and this pill splitter, which is not necessarily a marketing material, but this is a very high quality pill splitter if you need one to cut your tabs in half for different tank sizes. The brochures are right here. You can see the outside. I'm going to show you where you can see the inside. So that's available to you. I'm going to take you over to our Facebook group. I'll come down to this in a minute, but at if you're not on Facebook, if you hate to use Facebook, I totally understand. I don't get into a lot of the, here's what I had for dinner tonight type post. But if you would just join Facebook to be part of our group, it's called Legacy Max Meetup, and you can just search for that up here at the top. The reason is because there's a lot of resourceful or information available to you, including Right here, if you go to the right, there's a Files tab. A lot of this stuff we'll have on our Legacy Max team site. It's coming, but right now you either have to send a support ticket or you have to come here for self-service. But right here we have the inside of the brochure and the outside of the brochure. Now, you can download these PDFs, and we've had a couple people that try to take these PDFs to a printing facility like Kinko's or whatever. They don't really copy very well. The ones that you order from the back office are much higher quality. But let me show you what you'll see on the inside. This is a trifold brochure, so keep in mind where you see the green and yellow break, just draw a line in your mind. These would be folded, so when you open it up, you see what's on the left, and then in the middle is some testimonies, and then on the right, a little information about the fuel tab. So again, these are available to you in your shopping cart in your back office, and that's where you're going to get the highest quality printing, because the PDF doesn't really transfer well through the printing process. We use the source file when you order through your back office. Okay? Any questions so far on that? Okay. So when I was over here in our Facebook group, I used the search feature, which is over here on the right. You can click the search button and really search for any keyword. And I typed in sticker because I wanted it to find my post where I shared. I have a sticker. This is my car right here, and I ordered this little sticker. I've actually added something to it. I've added a little balloon that says 2-minute recording, call now. I'm going to get a new picture up here, but you know, you're driving around town, and you know, who is behind you at a stoplight? Someone who uses gasoline. And you know, we have a chance when we're out driving around to share Legacy Max with these people, and this again is our sizzle call number that I've got on here. Let me open up these comments because Tony Bell shared his back window sticker. You can see it right here in the middle of my screen. It's much more fancy than what I used. I believe a sticker like this might cost you $35 to $60. I'm not sure. I used to have one kind of like this on my car, and it cost me about $35. I didn't pay near that much for mine. But these are great, you know, ways to market it while you're, you know, driving around town doing what you do. No energy is, you know, expended doing this. So I encourage you guys to use your car. Now, I will comment, some states don't allow you to put a sticker on your car. One of our Hawaii leaders indicated that in Hawaii you can't do that. So check your state regulations for that before you do. I don't want you to get in trouble. Okay, so let's see. Let me close this. The other thing we have available to you is LegacyMaxGear.com, which is one of those websites inside that email that you got last night. We have ball caps and shirts with a really nice logo on them. So if you're interested in that, we have that available to you. And let's see, I'm going to actually go up here and edit this URL and go to LegacyMaxCo-ops.com. We have co-op advertising programs. We are currently using the USA Today, which is really a global newspaper. They share their newspapers all over the world. You heard Steve Price talk about this on last week's Saturday call, and I commented that I went and bought one of the USA Today papers, and Actually, let me pop over here to Facebook because I can show you what it looks like. I posted a picture of the ad. Hopefully, yeah, here it is. It's a little ad, but the USA Today classified section is only about a third of a page big. So, you know, there might be 20 other ads on this page that you're competing with, but really there's very little competition here. I know in my, you know, Austin, Texas newspaper, the classified section is, you know, 30 pages. So I really like this, but this is what our ad looks like. It says, you know, save up to 20% on fuel cost, green product, 2-minute recorded message, and then we have a sizzle call number for them to call, but then it just rotates through the people that are in the co-op. And some people will call that number and hang up. Some people will call that number and leave a message. And either way, you still have their phone number and you can call them back. I do, you know, call the hang-ups, or I share them with someone on my team. And you call that hang-up and you can say, you know, hey, you saw our ad in the USA Today, and, you know, this is what I say. You left a message, but I couldn't understand it, so I'm calling you back to personally answer your questions. And a lot of times I'll get people to talk to me. So that is available to you. This is about, it runs $40 a week, but you must have a sizzle call number set up to use that. And for this co-op, we are using the iTelecenter number, which has 800 numbers. So that's also available to you. Let me see what else I was going to show you. Oh, the other thing about the USA Today is that they have online ads, and you can see this is the business section. So if you go to the business page, notice though it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 5th ad on this page. There's not many ads on this page. So again, a global presence with very little competition. Okay, so a lot of people are going to see this. I've had a lot of calls where people told me they saw it in the USA Today online. So that's available to you. So again, that's LegacyMaxCo-ops.com if you want to be part of our next co-op. We have a waiting list right now for the next USA Today co-op. All right. Let's see what else I can show you. Again, our Facebook group, you know, if you're not on Facebook, come in here, get in here. You can ask questions as long as they're not account-related questions. We have some rules in this group. We only allow Legacy Max members. You must be a member of Legacy Max to be part of our group. We have a very strong no spam policy, so don't come in here trying to promote some other business opportunity. We will kick you out of the group immediately with no warning whatsoever. I show here, you know, how you can search this group for information. We have a lot of testimonies posted in here, so you can search for the word testimony and see all of those. And again, our files section, which has a lot of information that you can download. Again, like I said, we'll try to get a lot of this uploaded on our team site, legacymaxteam.com. All right, so I don't want to keep you for a full hour if not necessary. But I'm going to open this up to questions. If you have background noise like a TV going or something, please go ahead and turn that off, or I'll mute you. But I'm going to open this up, and I'm willing to take a few questions.
And keep his options in case we can get something like that.
We'll see if we can take questions. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to raise your hand if there's a feature in the webinar control panel. We'll give this a shot. If you will raise your hand, push the button to raise your hand, then I will unmute you, and we'll see if we can take a few questions. Let's see. Actually, let me unmute Lewis. Hold on, Lewis. I'll see if you have any questions, Lewis. Any comments or feedback?
No, great webinar, lots of information, and you know, at least gives people an idea where to find things, and you know, probably avoid a lot of calls that I'm usually getting. So I appreciate you doing this.
Sure.
A couple of things maybe you can I don't know if you know the answers to. The first thing is I know they're working on getting a new back office. Any idea when that's going to be up, and any idea when we'll have the Optimotor information on the front of the website?
I sure don't know the answer to that. I wished I did.
All right.
That would be a good question to ask. Probably Tim Lewis.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get a hold of Tim as well, because they were going to update the front of the website too, because the diamond packages don't show the Optimotor product.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure I thought they did. I have a PDF here that I show the process that people go through in the sign-up process.
Right.
And let me see. I'm pretty sure.
It's in the sign-up process, but it's not on the front of the website.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Yeah, right here. Diamond Optimotor Pack.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's not on the front of the website. You have to go through the process before you find it.
Oh, okay. I see. Gotcha. I'll make a note of that, and we'll get that corrected. And I think that's in our compensation plan document.
Right.
Where, okay.
Right. Right.
So just in case somebody doesn't know what I'm talking about, on the legacymax.biz homepage, you can learn about our comp plan by watching this movie that's right here, but also if you go to Opportunity Compensation Plan, it'll pop up, give it a little time, it'll pop up a little booklet that you can read through online. Just click to read, and you can flip through our comp plan document. Is that what you're talking about, Lewis? The
right.
Choose Your Product package?
Right.
And it's not listed here. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that added to the list. Thank you. All right. Anything else that you can think of? Let me see if anybody has been able to raise their hands, and it might be that I need to turn that on. Attendees can chat. Let me turn that on for just a minute. I've opened up the chat window, and if you're on the call, you can, you should now be able to chat. So I'm going to leave the microphone turned off because there's just a lot of background noise going on right now. So I will hang out for maybe 10 minutes and see if anyone has any questions. I'll be happy to try and answer those for you. Lewis, can you see if the chat box is open and just...
Yeah, it is open.
Okay, great. All right. Any questions, anybody? This is your chance. Be happy to help you if I can. And we're happy that you guys showed up today. This meeting will be recorded. So if you know anyone that this might be helpful to, you know, you can share it. Okay, we've got a couple of chat messages. Oh, thank you guys. Appreciate it. I love to do show and tell. So happy to be here. You're very welcome. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm honored to be here and be able to share. All right. Well, there's no questions, so we'll go ahead and end the call and get back to work or relaxation, whichever you prefer. on a Saturday morning. So Lewis, thank you for being here and helping me, and for all your great feedback. I appreciate that so much. And we will end the call. See you guys on the next call Tuesday night. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. It might take me just a few minutes to end this, so let's see, end the meeting. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.